Hello and welcome back everybody, this is Ace. I looked into some of the issues we talked about in the previous video. I actually tried recording this video once before, but I had a blackout, so that went down the drain. But it's good because I had the chance and I had some time to work on some other things and make improvements and make sure that things work the way they're supposed to. And I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I've changed, and then we're gonna go do Wailing Caverns, I believe, at level 18. So we're gonna repeat the dungeons we've already cleared, but at lower level, just to increase the difficulty for the companions. And when we increase the difficulty, we also get to put them on the spot and see if they crack under pressure and if they can use CC marks correctly and all that jazz. So let me talk you through what I did with the CC marks. If you remember in the previous video, what happened is that they were not precasting or reapplying their CCs before they would expire, looking specifically at the mage and the warlock. And I fixed that issue, had to make a couple of adjustments and improvements. But for example, if you have the mage CC, so first of all, he needs to be in combat. If you do anything else, it's not gonna work. He recognizes, that's why he's saying 0. I left the debug on just so you can see what the duration, what's the remaining duration on the CC, on the crowd control. In this case, it's gonna be polymorph, right? And he's like, he's acknowledging that this target exists and that it's crowd controlled or it's CC marked, but because it's out of combat, he's not going to take any action, and I don't believe you would like for that to happen. So I'm just gonna get myself attacked, and as you can see, he shipped the target just fine, and you can see he's mentioning in the chat what the time on that ship is. Of course, if you pull another target, let's pull not this one, so we can keep a little bit of, well, it's easier to debug if they're named differently. So if we pull this guy up, well, let's mark him with the star and just give the star CC mark so he doesn't do anything. He should stop attacking, right? And you can see, like, you'd think, well, is he going to ship this guy, because they're both CC mark, and of course he's not, because you can only ship one target at a time. So they know to check for this, and as you can see, at 5 seconds and below, he recasted the ship on this guy. And on this guy, he's just going to ignore the cleric because he's CC marked, but he doesn't have any other crowd controls apart from the polymorph. So that's already an improvement, yes? Now let's get a warlock in, and we're gonna set both of them to star, and I expect the warlock to fear this target. And here what I expect to happen is that I want the warlock to keep reapplying fear on the target he's already feared. Again, you can only fear one target at a time. And I want the mage to re-sheep his own target and not get them confused, because I had this issue, I had to spend some time to figure that out. So I want everybody to kind of be aware of their own targets. And well, again, I filmed a little bit of Wailing Caverns, and I had this problem where, for example, the mage would acknowledge that the fear is about to run out and would sheep the guy who's feared, and the guy who is currently sheep will break out of it, and then the warlock would fear that one, and they kept switcherooing like that, and it wasn't particularly effective. But you see, now they have absolutely no problem keeping these guys permanently crowd controlled by looking at how long the crowd control duration is, and also making sure that it's their own target and the guy they've already crowd controlled, and they don't try to crowd control anybody else. So that's cool, and we can sit here for 10 hours and they will keep doing this forever and ever. Cool. There are other classes that can do CCs like that from what I've observed. I tested a bunch of other stuff. For example, you can have the rogue, And the rogue, what the rogue can do is he can sap, right? So if you put, I'm gonna need another CC mark. Let's use diamond. So let's say you put diamond and we have a rogue over here, and you know the rogue is gonna go and he's going to try to sap the target. These other guys are keeping the sheep and the fear on, and the rogue went and sapped the target, and the rogue is going to go and reapply the sap when 5 or less seconds are left on the sap. You can argue if he's gonna make it over there in 5 seconds and do it. Yeah, probably not. It kind of depends, because you could be very far away, and that's that. And it doesn't dynamically calculate. It is the same logic, is the same function that governs all of this CC bubbly boo. So if you look at him, I think the rogue is gonna start moving soon. You see, he started moving towards the target. Yeah, that one's gonna break out of sap way before the rogue gets there, but nonetheless, that's the principle. And this way you have 3 targets marked. And then beside the rogue you have the priest. The priest has shackle undead, and it works just the same as polymorph, for example. And the druid has hibernate, and it works the same way, but it only works against beasts, where shackle undead works against, I think, undeads and demons. So these are your options, and I think we're going to try to make use of them more and more often. I was thinking not to use any more consumables when we're testing the dungeons, just so we can push the companion natural logic and see how that works. But with what I see here, I am pleased, and yeah, it just works basically. Cool. So that's one thing I've been working on. Let's get all of these guys out. Another thing that I have worked on is I wrote the logic, or I implemented the logic for trading for companions in the same way it works on the vanilla server. For example, mages will give you food and water, hunters will give you some arrows, warlocks will give you hellstones, rogues you can trade them so they can open your log boxes. You can also give yourself health stones to the companions, and they would use it. They do check to see if they have health stones in their bags when they're low HP below 25%. So that is a thing. And we're gonna see that in action, because we're gonna keep debug on, and you'll see them using the health stones. And the cool part about the health stone is they don't share a cooldown with the healing potion, so you can definitely use both, and it's pretty strong to have a warlock give health stones. So the warlock can give health stones to you if you trade the warlock, like so, right? And he's just gonna put it in there, and he can give he's going to give health stones to all the other companions in the group as well, automatically. You don't have to do anything, he's just gonna do it, so they'll have it in the bags and they're gonna use it if they have it. So that's a thing. I think I've made some improvements over vanilla, because I think there are some issues in the vanilla logic that some people have reported. So for example, in this scenario, we're both level 70, so he just gave me the Master Hellstone, which is the biggest, baddest of them all, the best one he can make. But what happens if, for example, I'm level 10, right? You're level 10 and you trade the Warlock. And what happens in vanilla is that he's still going to give you the level 70 Hellstone. But here I insisted a little bit and tweaked it so that he actually gives you something that's appropriate for you to use, right? So each of, well, the level of creating the Hellstone and using the Hellstone are different, and he's going to look at the level of using the Hellstone, because that's the only one you care about. So he's gonna look at you and he's gonna figure out which Hellstone you can use, and he's going to give you an appropriate one. So you can trade it and you're gonna have it and you can use it. What happens in the other way around? Let's say you have a level 10 warlock and you're level 10, and if you trade him, it's gonna give you a minor hellstone. What happens if you're level 70? What's he gonna give you? Because this was still an issue I had to figure out. So now he's going to still give you like the best one he can make, right? Yeah, so he's not gonna give you any other like high level one or something like that. He's just gonna give you whatever is reasonable for him to make at his own level, because again, the level to make it is going to differ from the level to use it. So keep that in mind if you have some other expectations. You can find those levels on the wiki, or on the Wowhead, right? So there's that. So again, he's gonna give all of this to the other companions. If there are any other companions in the group, they'll automatically receive it and they'll use it in combat. So you don't have to do anything to make that happen. If we look, well, let's get the warlock back just for the test, right? So let's take a health stone. Gotta kick him out, because if I add another companion, then automatically the warlock will give him a health stone, and I want to show you yeah, just giving them the health stones myself. And if they already have one, this thing is unique, so you cannot have more than one, I'm sorry. So if you were to try to trade it to another companion, he would accept, but the trade itself would fail because you cannot have double unique items. So if we are to hire whatever, and if we are to trade them the thingy and trade, he would accept it. And now if we set debug on, and then we send the bear to attack something, so he needs to be in combat to use this. If we damage him a little bit, so he needs to go below 25% or something. The bear may not be a good example because I don't know if he's going to use items in bear form. So that's yeah. Oh, there you go. I guess he is going to use items in bear form. You normally cannot do this, so it's kind of a cheat what I've done here. It's very arguable if I should let that be or not. I guess we can ponder on the fairness of this some other time, but it's certainly very questionable. Nonetheless, you saw what I mean though. He's gonna use the poopy. Even if you give it to him, even if you have a warlock to give it to the other AIs in the party, you can trade the warlock yourself to get it. But keep in mind, I think this is something that changed from vanilla, because I received some cheaty reports. He's not gonna do it while you are in combat, either you or him. So when I try to trade him now, he's going to automatically cancel the trade. Even if, say, for example, you already trade him, he has the poopy sen in there, and you start attacking the poopy sen, and he starts attacking the poopy sen, and you're like, trade me, and it's like, nah, I don't want nah, because I'm in combat, right? So that's that. Cool. Other things that I have done with the mages here. The mages are in the same idea, going to trade you food and water. He's going to give you water only if you have mana. So if you are a warrior, he's not going to give you water. I presume you don't want that, right? He's going to clutter your inventory. Then you have to throw it away. If I had mana, he would have also put in the trade window some water. You may notice that he's only giving you like 8. Why 8? Why not 20? Because I thought about it, and ultimately I don't want them to provide you with too much food, because I want you to go and get your own food. Getting your own food implies that you either buy it, or you craft it, or you trade it, or you procure it in some manner. You are playing the game as the game was intended. If I just allow these companions to give you unlimited food, then there you go, right? Like, you solve that problem in a way that the game was not meant for you to solve it in that particular way. And I think by doing so, then I would actually rob you of the normal game experience. I know some people are not agree. Hey, I'm a casual, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. The game has to be harder. Buy a helmet. So you're going to get randomized between 2 and 10. And on top of that, you can only get one of them. So once you've traded him one time, you're not gonna get again. He's gonna tell you no more trades. So you can use this. Like, for example, I've played this game a lot, right? Probably more than some of you. And I have been in a lot of situations, and it is possible that you can find yourself towards the end of some dungeon or whatnot, and you may run out of food and water. You can also be in the situation you forgot to bring it all together, and then you ask your mage guy to give you some. So he's gonna give you some. If you're a priest or a caster or some such, and the dungeon is particularly long, 10 of these, because it's random. You may get 10, you may get 2. I don't know. It's probably not gonna be enough, which should kind of serve you right? It's your responsibility when you go into a dungeon to be prepared. And I would very much enjoy it if you go to a dungeon and, you know, whatever water he's giving you is not going to be enough, and you happen to fail because of that. Please send me your salty tears. If that happens, I would very much enjoy it, right? So I want that sort of situation to still exist and to still happen. Like, yes, in let's say light situations, or you just need a little bit and oh my god, he just gave me a little bit, cool. But in most situations, no, I really do want you to be prepared. I want you to spend money buying your food. It's very important for the game to have gold sinks. We talked a little bit about gold sinks in the last video. I don't care if you agree or you disagree or whatever else you may believe. There's a reason why this game was designed this way. There's a very intelligent reason for it. There's a reason why we need all of these gold sinks, because without them, well, there are many reasons, but one of them is that it would devaluate the gold. Yeah, if you had no reason to buy any food and water because your mage would always just give it to you, then the value of the gold would be lesser. Yeah, so the less the value of the gold, the more you're gonna have of it, and the more someone else who joins the server. Let's say we keep the server up for the next 10 years. And it's never going to reset. Never, right? I'm never resetting the server. It's not gonna be always fresh, whatever. No, it is what it is. Yeah, forever. So if someone joins on the server 10 years from now, of course there's going to be some degree of inflation, but what do you think, how do you think is going to be worse? If there are no gold sinks or if there are gold sinks? Obviously, if there are none or fewer than there should be plenty of gold sinks to keep the gold honest and strong. So when someone new joins the server and wants to buy anything, wants to trade with you for whatever, he's not going to experience like 10,000 gold for a bag or something like that, right? Which is ridiculous. And you can see to some degree some of that happening on the vanilla server as well, which may need to be addressed at some point. Again, in the way ahead, I know people don't agree. Oh, gold sinks, farming, blah, 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 blah. I look at the facts. And the facts is, when I had a lot more gold sink because of the licenses and everything, everybody was poor. And being poor means someone drops into the economy and they want to trade with you, and they're gonna have a much easier time. You can go run a couple of dungeons and you're cool. If everybody's like rocking 10,000 gold, they're not gonna sell you their pets, they're not gonna sell you their whatever, and you're gonna have a worse time. And a lot of people are like, oh, if you start here, there's like ultra inflation. Let's reset, let's delete everybody's progress. Let's reset the server. Yeah, well, take your poison in small doses and, eventually you'll grow an immunity to it. So gold sinks are important, and you can do some research on your own on MMORPGs, what happens after they've run for a certain amount of years, for a good amount of years, and there's hyperinflation, you go see what it means. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, what can happen during hyperinflation, especially because I've allowed for shop items to be traded, is that people would sooner, instead of playing the game and just farming gold and obtaining items in game, they will sooner just be like, I'm gonna spend $5 to $10, buy a bag and sell it for 2,000 gold. Why should I farm 2,000 gold? And is that result better for, let's say, me or us to make more money? Yes, but lo and behold, everybody, I just care more about your experience than making some more money, because people would prefer to spend money and make gold that way than actually playing the game. So I want everybody's purses to be lean. I want to have more gold sinks. I want the value of gold to remain relevant, and for you to carefully think how you utilize that. So while I do agree that for, let's say, the RP experience, trading your mage and obtaining some fruit from him, or if you want a portal, I say cast portal to Darnassus, is gonna make you a portal, and again, he's also limited on the portals, right? Why am I doing this? Because you think about it, like, don't think it's like I'm a casual. No. Think about it from a gameplay perspective. What makes you respect this game more? If you can just teleport willy-nilly every day, all day, everywhere you want. Oh, this guy can make me unlimited portals. I need to get to Storm and make a portal. I need to pick up a quest from Ironforge, make a portal. So you're like part of what makes this game the way it is. And I don't care if you agree. Again, I do not care. Blizzard, in their infinite wisdom, they've created this world as it is, and it's a large world, and you have to travel a lot through it. And I actually share this opinion for many other games, because I play a lot, and I've played a lot of games, both MMORPGs and single player games. And what happens? What's the difference between a game that does not allow teleportation and a game that does? I can tell you beyond any sort of hesitance, with like full confidence, I can tell you games that do not allow teleportation, you love them more. You go and you travel them, and you know every single twist and turn of the road, you know every single cave, every single boulder, every single rock, you look underneath it. If you ever replay the game, you have like a fondness for that game, right? And that's exactly what happens. I play game from the 2000s, like Gothic 1 and 2, no teleport, well, they have some teleportation, but it's like in the end game. But nonetheless, you have to walk the path, and you have to figure it out. Where am I? What am I doing? What does the landscape look like? Where's that quest? Where's the enemy? What the fuck? And you learn that world, and you get accustomed to it. And I believe it's the same thing here. I have a deep fondness for this game, and for the world, and for these zones, and just traveling them, and the music, and you install the voiceover add-on, and you listen to the quest, and you get immersed, and you have these companions. And this is a sort of experience I want to share with you. I don't care about the cheaty shit. I would like to what I would like to have is a little bit, let's say, of quality of life and convenience. So I do agree he should at least cast one portal, like for shits and giggles, as in, at the end of your playing session, you're up in Sheets Creek, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, okay, I'm done for today. I have this mage, I can just teleport back to the city, auction off my items, and log off for the day. I'm okay with that. This is okay. Maybe your Hearthstone is on cooldown, whatever. So that sort of little bit of it plays into the RP, right? So I'm okay with the RP, but I'm not okay with just completely yeah, just removing this gameplay aspect. And I'm also okay with, let's say, the cooldown of the Hearthstone decreasing per the legacy bonuses, because at some point, if you're at your 10th character or whichever, right, like you've seen it and you've done it all, so I'm okay with increasing bonuses and quality of life and speeding shit up as you've earned it and you made it yourself, like I've talked in the previous video. So this is why I'm doing this. I just want to have like a reasonable expectation. Like, yes, I expect the mage to trade me poops. Cool. I just don't want him to trade too much poops. Go buy your own poops. Yes. Yeah, you have, either you spend the money or you craft it or you figure it out. So you have ways to deal with that, and you are rewarded for crafting it yourself and using food, and because you saw in all the previous videos they use consumables in all the jazz. So again, I just want to share with you what, let's say, I believe, and I'm trying not to destroy every single aspect of this game with these companions, even though I think in many ways in vanilla I went overboard. And like, for example, and I remember having conversations with someone about it, and I was like, no, we should make hunters give all the arrows, blah 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 blah. I disagree with myself, the way I thought back then. So right now, if you go get the hunter and he's gonna trade you arrows, it's not gonna be the best arrows, and it's only gonna be one stack of them. So it's gonna give you a stack of shitty arrows, right? If you're gobsmack in the middle of some dungeon and you're like, I'm far away from a trainer, and you know, shit happens, then okay, he can give you a stack of shitty arrows, right? And you know what, if it ever happens that because he gave you shitty arrows, no, because you forgot to bring arrows and he tried to help you out, but even so you failed some dungeon and the boss wiped you at 5% or something, please send me your salty tears. I would very much take enjoyment out of that, because it should serve a lesson to you to go in and be prepared, right? So it's the same as with the mage. He's only gonna do one trade, and after that, even if you trade him again, he's no longer gonna give you any more arrows, which I think is fair. If from my experience playing this game, even many times I would have an actual mage or actual hunter or whatever in my group, and I would ask them because I forgot my food or my water, which is some shameful act and you should know better. They would still only give me a little bit. It's not like they would fill me with poopy sense. Not everybody, some people would, but most people wouldn't, because yeah, it takes time for them to do this stuff as well. And also for a lot, well, I considered that if I should just make it per level, because you know, as you're getting your mage leveled up, depending on what food you learn, you create more or less of it. It's not like you're always getting perfect 20 stacks, not by a long shot. It kind of depends. At high level, at max level, you're gonna get it. But then again, yeah, a lot of the time I would trade some mage and he would just give me what he had leftovers in his bag from whatever, right? And I think what I would like to see, and I know it happens at very least when it comes to portals, I know that I want other people to still seek other people, right? If you're with a real mage player in the group doing a dungeon with another human being, and they may be a mage, they may help you out, and I want you to have better appreciation to ultimately the fact that people are still better and people can still serve you better, and you should seek out to play with people more than you should seek out to play with the companions. Yes, you don't want to play with people, blah blah blah, I know, I get it, obviously, yes, but to whatever degree I can, even if it's in small things, small measures like this, I mean, even if it's indirectly, these all add up. And fundamentally, I just want, when you think, should I play with another player, I want you to think positively about having such an experience rather than negatively. even on a server with bots. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Well, I'm not crazy. If you disagree, you're crazy, yes? That's my line in the sand. So, okay, there's also the rogues. If you hire a rogue and you give him log boxes, he's gonna check his skill for lockpicking, and if he's not capable of lockpicking it, he's gonna tell you so. If he can lockpick it, he's first of all going to cancel the trade, as you see. He'll tell you in the chat that he's opened it, and now in your inventory you'll see that it's no longer locked, right? So if you right click it, you can loot whatever is inside of it. And I was going to show you opening chests from inside the dungeons. I forgot to do that when we were in stockades, but I'm sure we'll find that opportunity again. But yeah, you can use the use button and he's going to open the locked chest for you, and you'll be able to see the loot window of the chest, and you can loot what's inside of it. So yeah, this is the stuff that's already in vanilla. I just brought it over with some fixes and tweaks, and that is that, I believe. We were gonna do Wailing Caverns, I guess, which is we're gonna do it at lower level. We're gonna do it at 18. You can probably do it even lower, but I put a list for the player only content, and I made the max level to be within 4 levels of the final boss. I think 4 levels. The boss is orange but not red, so your chance to hit it is more decent, and you get more fair XP, let's say, and it's not too crazy, so it's more balanced. So let's teleport to Wailing Caverns. What were we supposed to do? I was saying that we should do like 3 times these dungeons just so we can measure the goal more accurately, but I think it may be a little bit redundant. I don't actually need to have it. Oh shit. No, that's not what I want. I keep typing the wrong thing. Mod money. I don't think I need the gold to be extremely accurate. I just need it to be in the ballpark, because that's what I'll be using, a ballpark. So we're gonna save on time and only do it once still. And that's going to be sufficient. We're gonna test some of that CC business and all the jazz. Let's go with the shaman tank, because we are still testing the shamans. We're gonna test the other shaman classes, roles, maybe in the next dungeons. I wanted to see the shaman tank just to have a comparison to how the other tanks were doing and that sort of thing. What should we do? What should we do? Let me think about it. Should we go with the druid? A druid healer is fine. Let's go with the mage. We were testing that, and the warlock. We were testing that as well. What I like. Okay, so first of all, let's set debug on onto the shaman. So what I expect to look for. Wait, so Thorns is overriding the Imp's poopy fire shield. Yeah, I remember that one. And I think I've even wrote the exception for it, right? I told these guys not to cast fire shield if the Thorns is already active. So that's a little bit disappointing. I think in this run that where I had the blackout, so I had to discard it. I saw the fire shield was doing some pretty sexy damage. And I think I had the paladin for tank, and together with the fire shield, it was like, I don't know, 10, 15 something % of his damage. So it's pretty good for just passive damage, right? Alright, let's get into it. Whenever I get an opportunity, we're gonna test the CC Pubicens a little bit. We're gonna look at the the shaman to see how he's doing, what spells he's using, all the jazz. I really just want to see when he's going low HP if he's going to use the Hellstone. I believe all of the companions should have a Hellstone. So the Warlock is just giving the other companions the Hellstones, right? So I expect them to have it. Oh, I guess I forgot to turn off the debug. Let me turn that off so it doesn't bother us. We've already looked into that, so that's fine. Okay. I don't remember what was I talking in the previous video that I discarded that maybe I should mention again, but I guess we can just talk about stuff broadly. You can see he used the mana potion. The mana potion shares, I believe, the cooldown with the healing potion, so you can't use both. But the Hellstone does not share the cooldown with either of them, which is why it's very strong to have it. And in terms of health regen per second, if you are to divide how much you gain per the cooldown, it's very strong. It's very, very strong. Especially because the Warlocks do eventually talent into it, into improved Hellstone. So those are even more badass. Definitely worth them using it, and definitely worth them sharing. And definitely you can always just trade one of these Warlocks to get a Hellstone. You cannot do it in combat. So if you try to do it in combat, he'll just cancel right away. But once you get out of combat, you absolutely can and should trade him for a Hellstone. And when I was raiding, I was telling the other players all the time to just trade the Warlock. Don't forget to trade the Warlock. Trade for the Hellstone. It absolutely makes a difference. When the fights are very close, it can literally, well, it exists in the realm of possibilities. So all things that are positive like that can absolutely do make a difference and will make a difference. So, like for example here, you can see the healer is kind of low on all the poops, and he's actually kind of dying here, so I'm a little bit concerned. But we did pull a pretty big pack, so maybe the tank is gonna go. Well, what the fuck's the tank doing? Because why is everybody tanking? But again, I think we talked a little bit about the shaman. He is kind of, you know, not as efficient as some of the other guys. And sadly, he just got blown up and we didn't get to see. So there you go, everybody. Wiping right away. Sag. Let's reset like this. Oh, I have yeah, I have to write down. Let me write down, because I keep putting this off and I forget about it. Revive companion logic implement. You see, they're not reviving even though I went to a different zone, which is something in vanilla would be happening. So if you walked out of the dungeon, they would just be revived right away. So that's a thing. I have to I didn't look into this because of course when I'm testing is not important. I just revive them, but yeah, I have to implement it at some point, because otherwise I might forget about it. So we got to see the shaman tank, some of his weaknesses, and I think I told you about it in the previous video, that you have to pay attention and not to pull too much, because this guy, when he runs out of mana, it's kind of problematic for him, and even more so than the other tanks. I think a paladin or something, some such, could have handled this slightly better. And it really does come down to slightly better. A lot of the times, it's just so important. Well, I suppose in reality, you see, what I should have done is I should have used CC marks right away. I should have absolutely done that. So let's put star on the list of CCs, and if something like that should happen again. Actually, I'm glad we wiped, so we can see, you know, it's not like the companions are infallible or something. And it also gives us a report, so next time we're in a tough situation, we can start using CC marks just to see if it makes a difference. So I'm glad that happened, so we can have some comparison. What should we do? Should we jump down here? Probably, yes. The fact that they're lower level, the fact that they're not using consumables and all the jazzy jazz, it it just adds up, right? Little by little, all these benefits or all these difficulties or whatever, they add up in one way or another, and it may or may not push you towards a clear or a white, depending. Which I'm happy to see. I'm happy. So don't understand. Look, what I care about the most is if they play correctly, right? And when I look at them and I see that, okay, they used what all they were supposed to do, that's my benchmark of, okay, it's correct. I have nothing to comment on that one. The problem is, so I have no issue if they wipe, because I expect you to make a difference. If you were a part of that fight we just wiped to, and you saw all the mobs were almost dead, you would have 100%, if you're any decent, and I don't think it would take too much to just turn the tide there and just kill them all. And all you had to do is just kill them one by one. So you could have used focus marks, you could have attacked yourself because they would have followed your lead. You had options. So I'm not only am I not upset about it, I'm kind of happy about it, because I want stuff like that to happen. I want you to have the possibility to fail every single game. For it to be a game and fun, it needs to have a challenge, it needs to have difficulties, it needs to have things you have to look out for and, you know, plan for and strategize and figure out how to overcome challenges. I believe in that. But Ace, I'm an ultra casual and I want to get carried on every single fight. I don't care. Game's hard. Buy a helmet. Figure it out. Pure poison, cool. Earth shocks, cool. Damage, good. Surprisingly, because until now it was the mage doing more damage than the warlock. But again, the gear variance does play a part in this, so I think we have to take all of this with a grain of salt. But as long as they're within 5%, and as long as they do, even if they're not, but usually if they're within 5%, I'm super okay with that. But even if they weren't, I would still be looking first and foremost at what their rotation actually is. Are they doing the things they're supposed to be doing? Because it's not just what kind of logic I write here. I mean, obviously that probably plays the biggest part, but other things come into play as well. What's the class like? What abilities does it have? At different levels they get different spells and ranks of spells, and those can turn the tide in one direction or the other. Maybe if I think the first time in the previous video we did this at level 20 or something. Maybe at level 20, like for example the paladins, they get consecration. That is huge, absolutely huge, right? So the paladin at 19 is completely different than the paladin at 20, and is completely different than something like a shaman. Not to say that the shaman doesn't get any other juicy bits, but it depends. Each class is stronger at it kind of fluctuates, right? Their strength kind of depends on their level and what abilities they have access to and all that jazz. So I am keeping that in mind as well. So if something goes wrong, I don't automatically just think, oh, this is terrible. I'm trying to figure out if there are attenuating circumstances, let's say, to why that happens. But as you can see, yes, okay, we're gonna try. Okay, so you see the mage has polymorphed the Druid of the Fang, even though I didn't apply any CC mark. One of the, let's say, usual conditions for this sort of CC to happen is that someone is below 50, like a non-tank class or non-tank group member is below 50% HP and is being attacked. So they react to that and they try to defend her. And I made this unlike vanilla, where they usually are pretty individualistic, so they only look at what they themselves are being attacked by, and they're trying to see their own attackers. Here in TBC I've kind of expanded that logic, so now they look at all the group members, not just themselves, which means now they're yeah, they're a little bit more active with their CCs, and they try to protect the group a little bit better, and in reality it does make a bit more difference in that sense. You can see them staying alive just a bit better, so I'm happy about that. What else to talk about? I still, well, I don't know, it's gonna be difficult to see that Hellstone in action. Well, actually it's not going to be too difficult. Hold on, because what we can do is we can look at healing done, and it's going to show in here at some point, right? But it's pretty rare for someone to be below 25%, and you also have to be below 25% and not die too fast. And you might say, well, why not just put it at 50% or something? Well, then you have another problem, because it's pretty often that you go at 50% and it may be no problem. Like it's not the end of the world if you go at 50%, and if you happen to use it every time you're like scared of your own shadow, like twitch at every single thing that's happening, then you might using too often, especially in situations where you don't actually need it. And when you do need it, you may not have it, because it is a 2-minute cooldown. So that's sort of the problem there. So you have to be a bit frugal with it, even though it may just happen that you go below 25 and somehow you get bursted down and killed. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose the answer is that it depends. So I'm looting all the jazzy poops off the ground just to make sure we account for the money. Here, for example, I could moon this one guy, and hopefully someone's gonna get to him. But also you have to account for the distance, right? And it's a thing I was even thinking about today. Should I make the bots walk over to walk in range to the CC target to CC it? And I kind of went back and forth. I think ultimately I'm still not going to do it, because, well, you still have the option to do it yourself. You see, I just moved the priest a little bit, and he just did the mage a little bit, and he just did it himself, right? So there's that option. I believe this is probably better this way. Why don't I just make him move there automatically? Because, well, it kind of depends. You see, it kind of depends, because what if you have, well, it's even more problematic, I believe, for melee than for the ranged, because if you have some paladin and he has Hammer of Justice and the target for him to CC, he can be, I don't know, whatever paladin, it can be a tank, whatever, it could be a healer. So maybe you're sending the healer right now, right? So the healer, instead of, you know, standing there and just doing his job, now he's like traveling the world trying to go get this one guy. And you may not enjoy that one, right? Or if he's a tank and you're just ping-ponging the tank around, because mostly he's got melee ranged abilities and stuff like that. So like a rogue has gouge, I guess, and he would have to go pretty far because of that. And also you have the option to move them yourself. If what you're trying to do is really important, then you can just come toggle them, or just what I did here, I come them simple, and yeah, they got the job done. So you'll have to figure it out. I think it's better for you to decide on this sort of thing, because if I decide, what can happen is that the boss don't have any awareness, so you can put them, or I can put them by writing this logic into some bad situations, and then you're gonna be like, oh, now I want fixes for your fix or something like that. So it's just not that reliable to do. That's what I think. It's too crazy. But as you can see, he's shipped to the target, and I suppose that what we could do even though it's a little bit annoying, but we can set debug on the mage, and oh, there you go everybody, he reshipped the poopy scent, so we can turn that off. That's all I wanted to see. So you see he just reshipped the thingy before it expired. In the video I discarded, I explained that what can happen if you don't do this is that the first thing, you see it even now. The first thing he does is he's casting the sleep, so that's, and he actually managed. He managed to get the sleep off. If he had the priest would have been able to dispel that, so maybe I should have brought a priest to this dungeon. Again, having knowledge of what the companions, well, not the companion, well, also that, but what the class and their companions and their logic is capable of doing, and having knowledge about the dungeon itself, this does go a long way, because if you brought the mage and if you brought the priest to this dungeon just to counteract all the poisons, the priest, I think he can remove poisons, and he can dispel the sleeps, and the mage can CC the dudes, so it would have been such a nice counter, wouldn't it? And this sort of knowledge does it does go a long way, really, in ensuring that you can kill dungeons. So why should I give you better gear and better poops and I don't know what else, when you yourself have all the tools at your disposal to handle this? And you can see that he has, I kind of surprised that he's not yeah, okay, so the distance of the fear may be a little bit too small, but nonetheless you see that he has feared and he has sheep, and you might be wondering, well, is this fear guy, oh my god, he feared it, he's gonna walk into the next pack. You look at what the distance of the fear is. If you just calm down and you look at it, right? What is the distance of the fear? Like what? Let's measure it. Let's just bloody measure it. Raw distance 12. Okay, so we're looking at the raw distance, just the first one. Okay, what was that? 10 yards, everybody. 10 bloody yards. Like, you're telling me that 10 or 15 yards, let's say 20, just to, you know, ballpark it. You're telling me that 20 yards is really all that makes the difference for you. What's the distance between me and that snake over there? 44 yards. What his threat radius? Kind of depends on your level, right? But, well, actually, what's the distance of the call for help thingy? It's, I don't know, like 5 to 10 yards. It's not really that big, which means from where we are to over yonder on that other pack, you have plenty of room. And I didn't even pull back this group, which I should have, so that was a mistake. But obviously, if you just eyeball it, right, so you don't have to be ultra precise or anything like that, just use your gut and your experience, you can absolutely make use of fear. So fear is not a detriment unless you make it so. In all these years I've been playing this game, fear is not the problem. You just don't fight right next to this next pack and you'll be 100% fine. I don't know, maybe on some other servers they had the fear of radius like super crazy or something, and they would run very far away, but I don't know. You can see it with your own eyes. Yes, that's why I'm a huge proponent of just think about it, look at it, observe it, analyze it. Is it bad? Is it good? Was it useful in this situation? Yes. If we had fought even more monsters, the fact that the warlock is fearing and re-fearing before the fear expired, as I showed you at the beginning of the video, is a huge help, huge help. It doesn't cost him that much. He can just keep doing it. What's the problem? Oh, Ace, I need stronger companions, blah, blah. No, you need to make use of all the tools available to you. That's what you need to do. You need to not be afraid to use fears. You need to not be afraid to use CC marks, focus marks, and all the jazz. And learn how the companions play. Learn what their, let's say, basic logic looks like. And once you understand that, you'll realize you can do quite a lot. And I have watched people like myself, hidden in GM mode, looking at them run dungeons and knowing how I run these dungeons, because I never have a problem. It's like, oh, Ace, I have a problem. The companions suck. And I go in and look at them, and what do you think I see? Just first thing that comes to mind, what do you think they're not doing? Well, I tell you what they are doing. They are right-clicking every single pack of mobs. And of course, sometimes it's more dangerous than that, right? You may have to use a CC mark, you may have to focus mark, you may have to use a consumable, I don't know, you may have to use something that's out of the realm of right-clicking a pack of mobs. So if you are right-clicking every single pack of mobs and you expect it to work all of the time, every time, then of course you're gonna be disappointed, because that's not what I'm trying to do, right? Even, okay, let's say I wanted to expand. Okay, could I make this happen? Let's start like that. Yes, I absolutely could just write more code for them to automatically handle absolutely everything under the sun. Should I do that? Fuck no. Not only does it cost a lot of processing power to do that, but also, what the hell are you gonna do? Like, what's your contribution? Oh, Ace, I just want to get carry. I don't care. Figure it out, right? This is gameplay. The gameplay is where you meet, where the rubber meets the road, where you have to apply yourself to actually succeed in what you're doing here. And don't get me wrong, to some degree, just hiring these guys and having the resources to hire them and putting this together and get yourself here, that's like, let's say that's worth a few points. Like, let's say that's worth 1 star out of 5. So you're at least functional. I don't know how else to say it. You can function, but between function and actually being good at this is all these little knowledge poopy things, right? It's, yeah, it's the small details is where you make the difference. I got slapped again. So again, one thing you could do is you could come toggle these guys. So for example, you can just come toggle the range DPS, like nothing's gonna go wrong. It kind of depends on what you're playing. It can work pretty well. You can either use come, you can either use come toggle, I don't know. Like, options exist. So we can actually do that just so you can see. One thing, you can change the selector here in the command, or you can, if you want, you can use the small one, whatever. You can either go forwards or backwards. You can say range DPS, you put them on count toggle. You see the warlock and the mage are now just coming to your location every time. And what you do is, if you really want to make sure that they're in range of the CC Poopy sends, then this is one way for you to do it. So you CC this guy and you walk a little bit further and they're gonna come here. Oh, I have to do the other part. And you see he just did it right away, right? So that's all it took, really. But I don't think it's necessary to do that, so I'm just not gonna do it. Maybe I should explain a little bit of this control panel if we're watching these guys do it while we do it. So if you have this check mark here and tank is selected, that means tank receives commands. So if you press come here, it will say, oh, there's another one. Let's focus a little bit. So boom, there you go, everybody. There you go. Where's the other one? The other one is sheep, right? It's right here in sheep. You see, nobody's using AoE. He re-shipped it while he's being shipped. This guy was feared. I put 2 CC marks and both of the most dangerous enemies are now CC'd. And these guys are handling it. If we want to really get the job done, we're gonna use a focus mark just to make sure they both just attack what they're supposed to be attacking to alleviate some of the pressure. You see they're like handling it slightly better than before. Yeah, I mean they're low level than when we did it at 20, so they're missing some abilities, they're missing some damage, they're missing more hits, and it all starts to snowball. The little things gather up or add up, and they do make a difference. So that is that. So now we can remove the poopies, and this guy is gonna go attack the tank. He's gonna try to sleep the guy, but it's not a problem because he slept the mage, the other guy broke out, and the warlock took over and feared the guy. I don't even care. That is correct. All you had to do, think about it. We would have wiped here, guys. 100%, no joke, no scam, wipe. That's what a wipe looks like. That pull was a wipe. And just because we used a few marks and we understand what's going on, we brought the mage, we brought the warlock. Other classes have to see as well. You just gotta figure it out. If you're doing a dungeon with a lot of undead, maybe bring a priest. He's got shackle undead. If you're doing beasts, a druid poopy sen is pretty nice when he gets hibernate. He doesn't have hibernate at the moment, but later on he'll have it. So as you can see, the proof is in the pudding. It works. Learn it, use it, embrace it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't worry about fear. Never have I ever, in 3 years of playing on my vanilla server, have I ever denied fear. If you're doing that, I don't care if I hurt your feelings. You're playing the game wrong, right? You're fighting too close to other packs. That's what's happening. You should have no issues fearing hunter getting range, any of that jazz. If you do pulls, like pullback, and you should absolutely start doing that more. But again, I want to push them. But I say this a lot. Use pullback, right? Use pullback, let the tank establish some aggro. 3 seconds, 5 seconds of him being in there and just allowing the mobs to hit him, and he's got thorns and he's reflecting. That goes a huge way. Huge way. You're just going to do things. It may seem to you at face value that if you do a pull, oh, I have to wait for him to do things and blah. No. Overall, you're just still clearing faster, because if the tank is allowed to tank, the mage and the warlock realize that they're not going to use AoEs while they have attackers and things like that. So they're going to be unleashed a lot better, right? You see, hey, maybe we're a little bit too close now. How about you come out of the way? Oh, look, now he moved away. So now we're not scared that maybe this one roaming raptor comes and attacks us, and when this guy gets a target, he yells for help and brings some other, and they just chain together like that. Learn all these things. These are important things. They're not random. They're not just sweat lords motherfuckers. Because you see, I'm not participating in this fight. Oh, Ace, I cannot play because I have to do my own rotation, blah blah blah. Look, do your own rotation. You have plenty of time. Look, I'm hands off the keyboard. I'm not doing anything. It's all this time. You have to know when it's a good idea for you to do a rotation, but also try to prioritize, most of all, just controlling the companions, because that's where the bulk of the damage and the survivability comes from. So what we could do here, I'm not sure if you can fear like poopy sense, but we're gonna try. So we're gonna do a pullback. We're gonna send the tank in. Lady Anaconda here, she's gonna Anaconda roar. Probably a caster type. Nonetheless, yeah, there you go. Just feared it. Don't care. Boom. We can do this guy. And what is this? Is the hibernate? Perfect, everybody. Perfect. You know what? I just want to see if he's going to re-hibernate. I just want to see it. Said debug one. Perfect. I have nothing bad to say about this. Look at this. Feared. Perfect. Thank you. Nice. I don't care. That's correct. It's 100% correct. Holy shit. What is this bear form failing crap? Hold on a second. Why is healer trying to go bear form? That's not correct. See, sometimes it's correct, sometimes it's just weird shit. Again, if you do zip pull back, the companions will be stayed and they will not be moving. So just know that it's intended. This will not get fixed or anything. Believe me, the alternative is way worse. So again, beautiful CC. Just, I don't know. You see it with your own eyes. Look at it and you tell me if this is not beautiful. Boom! He hibernated the raptor just as he came out of the ship. Perfect. Thank you. That's awesome. That's GG move right there, everybody. That raptor stood no chance the whole entire time they fought the boss without any sort of issue whatsoever. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Learn this, embrace it, use it, appreciate it, know that it's there. Don't forget, I think that's the problem, because, yeah, cool. We looted the poopy sands, cool. Let's go to the next, the boss. Yes, we may want to jump over. I hope they come. They don't. Oh, perfect. All right, cool. Wait. What the fuck are you boys doing? What is this? Mutiny. All right. Cool. Looks like the mage has bridged the gap a little bit to the warlock. Again, they started picking up gear, and I saw some stuff going to the casters, I think. Oh, those are, yeah, those nice shoulders, man. Look, yeah, it's a huge upgrade for the tank, right? That's exactly what the shaman tank wants: agility and armor and stamina. If he had stamina, it'd be even better, but it's already way better than whatever Poopy Sen he had, right? Some crappy white shoulders. Yeah, I'm gonna look into why the healer was doing weird bear shit. He's not supposed to do that, but apart from that, no complaints. No complaints. This is correct. When it's not correct, I note it down, we fix it. When it is correct, it is correct. What can I tell you? You see that the healer has applied Fairy Fire to the boss. He's only gonna do that against bosses. Ooh, nice shield, everybody. It's a super juicy shield. He has some decent shield. This wasn't the worst shield, but he got a way better shield. Look at how much armor that shield has. And I told you, they calculate the armor, right? Because this one has less armor, but he does have some other poopy sens. But just ultimately, armor is, yeah, it's a factor. Of course, even in PvE, it matters. Because you see, sometimes even the casters get attacked and all that jazz. So yeah, they should look into that. If everything else is kind of equal, or, you know, not as good or important, still factor in the armor. Armor matters. Especially if you're tanking, it matters the most. Alright, so in the previous run I actually had the... Wait, this guy is soul stoning? He soul stoned the tank. Cool, I'm okay with that. I don't remember exactly which is the priority, but I think it's tanks, healers, player tanks, poopy sens, whatever. If you disagree, it's not even worth telling you what the priority is. You can observe it. If you disagree, you can just say set soul stone on code, and he would do that, or set soul stone cancel, or no, I think it's off. And now he's no longer assigned. He's just gonna do it. Poopy sen. Yeah. These guys are very dangerous. I look into the database. They have like 100 resistance to spells. So, Jesus Christ. I think the previous time, or on the first video when we did it, I think we brought melee DPS and they were also higher level and they could handle it. But god damn, these guys gave me a hard time. Like, holy smokes. Giant pain in the ass. They have 100 resistance to everything. So the mage and the whatnots, they struggle quite a lot to take them down. and they apply like rejuvenation or something, which, yeah, there you go, wild regeneration, and that one actually regenerates a shit lot. Like, I kid you not, look at that crazy poop. Just imagine that it's all of them attacking this guy and he's like, nope, I don't want to go down. And if you actually had the couple of more opponents, you struggle even more. So it Mage is almost out of mana by attacking this guy, so it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I don't know if I don't care. Oh, it's bugged. I don't care. It embrace the challenge. If he's supposed to be weaker than that, hell no, hell no. I'm not gonna make him weaker. It's kind of cool that he's this strong. It actually keeps you on your toes, and you have to figure it out. So let's CC mark. Do note, if the target, even if he's CC'd, he has dots. Obviously, they're not gonna apply dots on the target if it's CC mark. But if you CC him after he has a dot on him, then he's not. Again, the fucking searing totem. You see what I mean, right? It's just total sabotage, and I can't control that one. So in this case, we might as well just. Well, I guess now it's too late, so fucked. Yeah, it's not gonna be cool, because I think they're low on mana at this point. And let's see if we can somehow... And they're still trying to CC and all of that. Hold on. I don't like this. Let me think about it. Don't make the tank... don't make the tank chase... feared targets when they're CC marked. Yeah, I don't like the way he was running after that guy. That doesn't seem right, because he had this other guy. Well, it's kind of arguable, to be honest, but I don't think he should do it. So let them be CC'd, man. What? No. Hold on. Attack. Better yet, attack CC marked, but not if they're actually CC'd, right? So if they're actually CC'd, don't fuck with them, is what I'm trying to say. Oh shit, we pulled another Shambler, because I was typing and I didn't pay attention. Well, this is gonna get fucked. I think this is gonna be a wipe, everybody. I just don't see how they're gonna solve this, because this guy's regeneration truly is wild. That's appropriately named wild. That truly is very strong. Maybe if they get some kind of mana, I don't even know. So I don't know. Yeah, this is totally crazy. By the way, I had the same problem in the previous one. In the video that got sabotaged by my power going out. Let's kill this guy first, just so we get him out of the way, so they stop seeing him. This wild Shambler is basically immortal anymore. So let's see if they can... I don't know, because the tank's gonna die soon. Oh, everybody, he used the minor hellstone. There you go. Oh, now I pulled another one. Oops. You better use consumables, and you better get yourself involved in this fight. I'm just saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, this is gonna be a wipe. I'm okay with this wipe. This is not a bad wipe. This is a good wipe. These are baby wipes, everybody. We appreciate baby wipes. Baby wipes keep us on our toes. But yeah, you should think very carefully about how you do your team composition, because you need to get to know your dungeon, right? If you know you have these Shamblers and you know you're low level, maybe you should consider bringing more melee, or I don't know, because if you had participated in this fight, it would have helped as well. So it's, yeah, bros. It kind of depends, as I usually say. It all depends. I think we can kill this guy until the Shambler comes around. Okay, I guess not. Can we CC the Shambler? He's an elemental guy. I don't know. I think Warlocks can banish elementals, but it won't be very helpful in this situation. I think, yeah, maybe in the first video we did like a warrior, and I told you, just, you'd be like, oh, but warrior deals less damage. Yeah, but Sundering multiplies the damage, and you get one DPS, physical DPS, or 2 physical DPS. And oh my god, that just makes all the damn difference. This guy does have some armor on him too. Very chunky boy. And we have quite a few more of them to deal with, so if you didn't like that one, you're not gonna like these next ones either. Yep. How to do this? I guess we could try to CC him and maybe we can fear him or something. I don't know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just pull back and get that one Druid of the Fang over yonder. Soon, I hope. Let's go, Momolichki. Yeah, I just wanna fear the Shambler, please. Fear the Shambler if you can. I don't know, maybe he's immune to this stuff as well. I don't know. Honestly, it would not surprise me. Let's look at the Warlock. What is he doing? Oh, he's trying to fear him, but he cannot. Oh, he keeps resisting the fears, I guess. Oh my god. Oh, he managed to fear him at long last after like 5 or 6 casts. Yeah, this guy's got crazy resistances. Yep. You can see the Druid is attacking with the melee. I believe, well, apart from the fact that he is contributing to the damage, which is cool. But what I believe the Druid does is at some point he gains some kind of passive, and when he's hitting with the melee, he's regenerating some mana, which is cool. So yeah, obviously if you don't want him to move, just stay him somewhere, or come stay him, whatever. You figure that part out. I don't care. Don't care. Simply don't care. Crap. What to do? Maybe we should still go for the Shambler, because we tried to CC him, but he's got so much juice going on that I don't know. Let's wait for the other Shambler to go away. This is why I want to do it at lower level, because of situations like these, right? We have to respect the dungeon, and you have to use CC marks, you have to do the things correctly. Let's pull this guy back. Boom.
Hey, help me attack over here.
I like it. So far, I enjoy it. There's still some issues, some odd thing here and there, but crap. But for the most part, it's good stuff. Très bien. Cool. Let's let me toggle this. We're just gonna drop right on top of this guy so we get everybody in range to do their things. I expect some CCs to go out. Fear, sheep, boom! And you see they've also coordinated, so I dropped them off at the same time and both of them CC'd at the same time, right? That's perfect. I approve that. I still don't know why he's trying to do bear form. Weird. I'm gonna look into it. That's not cool. Oh, maybe he's rooted or something. I don't know. But he's not rooted. He shouldn't be rooted. Strange. Strangeroo. And you see they're able to keep those CCs going for quite a while, even though they use their mana potions at this point and all the jazz. Let's unmark this guy. Wait a moment, was that the mage doing like a frostbolt, everybody? Is that what just happened? Holy shit, this guy's frostbolting. Holy shit, why? Is he? I think he may have run out of mana. I think that's what happened. He's like, nope, I can't cast this anymore. I'm out of mana. which is fine. I mean, might as well just cast something, you know what I mean? Don't just stand there. But yeah, arcane explosion, cool. Flame strike did more than arcane explosion, cool. Frostbolt, wow. Okay, interesting. Again, just come toggle, get all the poopy sands together, then start them, and get some arcane explosions going on. Can we do it without pulling the poopy sands on the side or not? Is this gonna happen? Is this a thing? It's kind of a thing, yes. Ah, we still pull the poopy sand guy. Alright, let's see if we can CC the poopy sand guy. Get the poopy sand guy, guys. What? Oh, ah. He broke it in a very, like, he was... Wait a moment, but maybe he shouldn't have done that, to be honest. I'm kind of confused. What I mean by that, he probably shouldn't have started casting sheep while the guy was attacking, if that's how it happened, because I'm not sure. Because what it could be, maybe he started attacking after the guy has started shipping, so obviously he's not gonna check in the middle of the sheep. Maybe it's not obvious, but he's not gonna check in the middle of the sheep. So there's that. Cool. Wild regeneration. You see, in situations like these, it's good that even your healer is attacking, because, hey man, you needed the physical damage. I don't know what to tell you. Do you think you could have done better if the healer hadn't meleeed? I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. I wouldn't count on it. You see, because they're barely pushing him over. Like, barely. And they're trying, it's not that they're not trying. The warlock is casting amplified poop, not amplified poop. Like agony, curse of agony, and whatever corruption. You see, he's not managing to get any of them through. This guy has too much jazz, too much resistance. I did tell companions to not attack immune targets. So if someone is actually immune to it, which is a different state than having high resistance, then he's not gonna attack it. Obviously, in this case, he's like, oh, what do you expect him to do? Melee with the staff? Like, he has to try. And I can't particularly say, hey, don't attack this guy, because whatever. Like, that's not really a thing. You just keep trying, soldier. Keep fighting the good fight. I think we're supposed to go like top side. I don't know if there's any boss around there. Or maybe we came that way? Don't know. We're just gonna go the way we came, the way we went last time. I'm curious how they'll handle the level 22, I think, boss at the end. And all the spawning poopy sins. I mean, obviously, they're gonna have some mana issues, but I don't know. I wonder if they'll pull it off. I don't like fighting there, so let's... Alright, fine. Let's focus on the Druid of the Fang. Don't try to ignore the other, to CC the other guy, because it's not gonna work. Let's CC this guy. Focus on the Druid, CC the other Druid, ignore the Shambler, because he sucks. Just get the Druids. And then get the other Druid, so we stop burning mana on keeping him CC. Cool. Come on, boys, you can do it. He managed to get his dots off. Look at that. Good job. Wow, the Mage and Warlock DPS has normalized quite a bit. It's kind of crazy. It's... this happens frequent enough, I would say. Can we skip this, please? I mean, come on, man. Yeah. If we don't have a reason to kill these guys, screw them. They're terrible. Wait. Pull them away. Wait, can we pull them away? I'm not sure. Oof. No, don't come here. Oh, you bastard. Yeah, it's the problem. This guy was a caster, so where is I gonna pull him? Because he's just gonna shoot us from over yonder. Oh well. Wait, maybe we could have skipped that. Now that I look at it, maybe the way to go could have been through this channel over here and reach that other part. So maybe I kind of just went around. Yeah, I've done it wrong. Oh well. I'm not an expert in these dungeons. I have run them many times, but yeah. It's kind of one of those things, if you don't run with someone who like looks into things deeply, and you kind of do the same thing over and over again because you do it by memory, you're just trying to remember, then you're never gonna get better, man. You just gotta put yourself out there and try harder. Yep, I got more of this, more of that. Let's get this guy just melee attacking. But it does look cool. I don't know. You might disagree with the fact that the healer is attacking. I don't care. I think it looks cool. It obviously helps. It's badass. Look at those staff movements. How can you deny that, everybody? How can you say no to that? I don't know. I just can't. I just like it. It is what it is. This is more RP looking than if he was just standing there doing nothing. So I appreciate the effort. Every little bit, and in this situation actually does help. So it's not fake. It's true. Oh, flame strike. Please, no more shamblers. Please. Oh my god, there's more shamblers, everyone. Can we skip them? Maybe. Please, skips. Skip a dip. 10 minutes later. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing these dungeons 3 times. I wanted to do them 3 times, but you can see how long it takes at low level. So we're not blitzing through them as hard as last time. So I think 1 time is good enough for me. Like, I'll take 1. One is fine. I don't need the gold generation to be ultra precise because I don't think I'm gonna reach those levels anyway. It's gonna be probably below. Calm down. Oh no. Corner pool. Abort. Abort mission. Let's kill this guy. Oh, nice interrupt there. I appreciate that. That was a rank 1 Earth Shock. You can see it, right? Nice. Oh, cool. Another one bites the dust. Come toggle. No, we don't want to fight anything more. Please, no more shamblers. Where am I going? Is that the boss? Oh, come on, man. We have to go fight the shambler? Why are you doing this? You put that boss in the worst spot possible for me. Alright, so stand still. Hit this guy. Focus mark. Heal me. Boom. If you wanted to be savvy, I guess you could just and like put maybe a regrowth on the tank or rejuvenation, enter bear form, and just save your mana as you're attacking this guy with more physical damage. Maybe that will work a little bit. I don't think this guy does particularly a lot of damage, but if you happen to fight him while fighting other things and you try to attack him as you see, I don't know, could lead to very sad times. Alright, let's get the boss. Let's CC this guy. You see that the druid has Fairy Fired and the warlock has Curse of Recklessness, just to give the tank a better chance at holding the boss. Break this guy out and kill him with prejudice. Whoa! That is such a badass piece of chest. You know what I haven't done? I made that change. I don't know if I told you about that yet or not. I made the change where I said I wasn't gonna do it because it's gonna take me like an hour or two, but yeah, it did take me an hour. I made the companions calculate their talents. So the rogue and the warrior calculate their talents for, you know, the weapon specialization like dagger, swords, whatever, and they factor in on a weapon that they have or they want to switch to, so that they make better decisions, right? Because I said it was gonna maybe take like 2 hours, and I don't really want to do it, but I didn't want to do it, but I just didn't want to forget about it. So now they do that. So for example, if they have some dagger and they have the dagger specialization talent, and the dagger itself would be worth like 500 points of score, let's say, then they look at the talent and they factor in based on the stat weights the talent in. So if they're, I don't know, if they value the weight for crit is like 2 and they have 5 points into the talent, then that's like 10 points, and if the dagger itself is worth 500, then they add the 10 points to the 500, so you get 510. And that's obviously not gonna help you in situations where you have, I don't know, like a level 60 dagger and level 70 sword, because the bulk of that score for a weapon comes from the DPS of the weapon itself, and yeah, the crit chance and whatnot, it's you know, marginally important. So don't expect him to not use better equipment basically, but that's, yeah, but he factors that in. So if he had the dagger and he had dagger specialization and he had like a slightly better sword, then he would not be equipping the sword, or the other way around. So they do that now. So there's that. Again, this whole weapon and gear upgrading poopies, it's whatever, you know. It's well, it's not really whatever, because you do see it in practice that it makes a difference. And when these guys started upgrading their gear, their damage kind of normalized, and we have seen that happen quite a few times in the video so far. So it does make a difference, and maybe by the end of the dungeon, because I'm gonna put the cost of the companions pretty high, what you could do is just transfer them to somebody else when you're done with your play session. Then you might transfer them to somebody else. Maybe not even like pro bono, just charge them half the cost, whatever. And I'm saying this is like, oh, it sounds crazy, like who do this, who has that? Some people actually do that. They actually do. You can go ask people to hire their companions, and some people do it at cost, but some people do it yeah, for a little bonus, which is a smart thing to do. I have seen it happen. It does happen. So I like stuff like that. I just do. Am I gonna go the wrong way if I go this way? I don't know. Let's do it. Let's kill this guy first. Yeah, the more I make you think about things and make decisions when you're playing on my server, the better I think the overall experience is. So I don't want you to just be like, this is clearly the best way to go, and this is clearly what you should do, and yeah, this is obviously the most efficient poop. I don't know, I want you to figure it out. I want you to have options. I want you to also apply, I don't know, your preference, and you have different options, and you should be able to do that to some degree. But if everything is just handed to you on a silver platter, then and there's basically no option, you just do the thing. If you just run with 4 companions all the time, tell me, if you run with 4 companions, how are you ever going to, let's say, maximize or appreciate fully what they are capable of if you don't get to push them like I'm pushing them now? How are you gonna see that, not good. Wait, he feared this one, and I guess he sheeped that one because I was low HP. But if you never get to push them, you never get to learn that, hey, fear is useful. Look at this fear. Like, what's wrong with this? Is he pulling some other pack, or, oh my god, let's deny fear? No, I don't think so. Why are you doing that? It's like, oh, I'm struggling in this dungeon because you denied fear, and you denied, I don't know what else, right? I am not denying anything. You see me denying anything? No. I'm denying 0 because it just works. Now, I got feared. I could have walked into that, but, you know, it makes you run within 10 yards or something, which is fine. So, I don't know. Maybe people are skeptical from, like, older cores or something like that. But, I don't know. This is how it works. They kind of run within 10-15 yards. So it's maybe it exists in a realm of possibility that one of them, you know, fears into the next pack, and even then it's your fault because yeah, you positioned close enough to the next pack. What can I say? I just think that overall what I want to create is for our options. So you have to, if you know all of these companions and you understand where the classes, not just the companions, but the classes, how they work, and you're confident that the companions have logic to use that, then just try it once or twice and see what they do. Turn the bug on, see what spells they're casting, and then you'll know. Or you can just ask, I suppose. But once you understand all of this, then you understand what your options are, and you can make better decisions on which companions to bring with you, what sort of dungeons you can run with them and stuff like that. Fuck. Is that like many of them or is it just me? Let's CC this guy and just kill this other guy. How about that? Okay, so it did come the right way. Cool. Maybe we went the wrong, I'm not sure. I do want to mention, you saw this guy doing flame strike here. And you might be wondering, are they going to AoE on top of CC targets? The answer is no, they're not gonna do that. They actually do try to take quite a bit of care to make sure they don't do that. And actually I should mention the fact that when they try to look for a target to drop their new con with their AoE on, they look at all the targets and they calculate multiple times where are they gonna drop it that is going to hit the most amount of enemies with it, which is very expensive on the CPU. Probably one of the most expensive things, probably one of the most expensive logics, but I don't know. I just want it to work nice, I suppose you could say. Right, that's why I do it like that. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, you could do it like 10 times simpler, but I just want them to work cool, man. Cool. I want you to not have to worry about them dropping CCs and whatnot. Of course, if they drop a fucking searing totem and the totem is attacking the ship, right? The totem is just whatever, attacking whatever. They have no control over the totem. But they do check actually when before they drop the totem if there's any CC target within, I think 30 yards or something. So they wouldn't just drop that one willy-nilly either. So they do account for a lot of these stuff. If they didn't, they would not be, you know, so efficient with these CCs. And honestly, if you were to play with real people, because I've run these dungeons with real people and it was more difficult. I don't know, I'm just saying. Like, just more difficult because it's difficult to coordinate people and everybody's got their own personality and they don't want to do this and they don't want to do that and they come in there like they're the fucking, I don't know, the core infanta or something. I don't know. Yeah. And then they're very egotistical and it's like, oh, but I don't want to do this. Just be a team player, do your part. Oh no, cause blah blah blah. Oh well, the companions don't have that problem, so in a sense it's nice to play with companions too, or with people who actually try to cooperate and get the job done, which is, I think, is one of the cooler parts of the server, because you do have this this is why I'm working so hard to make sure it's not obvious at the moment, maybe because I'm not doing anything, but they do respect what you'd be doing as well. It's not like if you start casting spells, they're not aware of it. They are perfectly aware of what you're doing. Let's CC this out. Here's a situation where we're really close to the other pack, so maybe if they fear this guy, he could walk into the next pack. And if I get myself unCC'd, maybe I can... Okay, I guess he's gonna be fine. I guess the warlock was too far away. But what you could have done was just pull him around the corner. Just send this guy in. He's got like 30 yards on his lightning poop. So send the guy in, stay around the corner. He's gonna come to you, and if he's gonna get CC'd, no skin off your back. You're gonna be fine. Man, I should have brought a priest. These sleeps are terrible. Yeah, so normally if these three enemies were all grouped up together, the mage would be flame striking. But because he has this one sheep over here, he's gonna be like, nope, I can't do it. They do check for radius. They look at the radius of the spell. They know how many targets are gonna be affected by the AoE. They do a padding of 3 yards on top of that, just to be extra sure, to account for precisely stuff like this, like sheeps and whatnots. So they are you know, they could have been AoE. You see any searing totem on the ground? No. Why isn't there a searing totem on the ground? Because this guy is CC'd. Watch what happens when I remove the CC from the guy. The fucking shaman gets CC'd. Jesus Christ. Dude, stealing my thunder. What an asshole. No problem, I'll show you the next pack. It's kind of funny. If it weren't so sad. Cool. Boom, searing totem on the ground. Exactly what I said. No CC marks within 20 or 30 yards. I'm not sure exactly. Probably 30. He drops searing totem. You're welcome. I don't know. It just works. I'm happy with this. It's good. It's good. Yes. Are we going the right way? Probably. Can we skip some of this? Maybe. What? This guy's a caster. Come on, man. Oh my god, there's quite a bunch of them. There's a bunch. Holy shit, there's a lot of them right. Oh, that's a wipe. See, this way I should have pulled back, you know? I'm gonna wipe because of that. Yeah, well, I was like, yeah, I'm attacking this one guy. Now I pulled another one and another one. And before you know it, I pulled 2 or 3 packs over here. And that is bad news. Let's reset this. Yeah. When I'm more patient, I do more pullbacks. I got the false sense of confidence, you could say. So we can pull this back. We can come toggle. We can come them behind whatever. Yeah, and we pull this guy, and now it's all good. It only took, what, 3-4 seconds. So it's... Think about it this way. What is faster? Taking 5 to 10 seconds to properly pull back and all this jazz? Or walking back after you have pulled 3 packs and you've wiped? Just saying. Oh, Ace, but the companions don't know how to pull, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no. No, that's you. It's you. You have control over them. 100% control. And you done fucked it up. So take responsibility. There. Did I pull 3 packs? No. Why? Because I just corner pulled. And this is like the holy grail. If you play a tank, it's not even a World of Warcraft thing. This is anywhere, right? Any RPG you play. It's the same thing. Corner pull. It's obvious. Boom, corner pull. Easy. Surprise, motherfucker. You thought this corner pull was safe? You thought no one was gonna wait for you? Bruh. Yeah, right. Cool. Can we skip? Skip arena, please. Skip a dip. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sketchy. Maybe. That's a maybe. Okay. Dude, am I going the right way or not? I hope so. This dungeon is long. Alright, let's come toggle and whoop-de-doo. I have seen people fail that jump. It's funny. And if you thought we were out of the woods, don't you worry. We got more of the same. Let's stay everybody around the corner. Let's see what this one Venom Poopy is doing, because there's a bunch of them. We probably can handle them though. Let's do a pullback. Might aggro the roaming Poopy Bear. That's fine. Oh, he's roaming quite a lot actually. Ah. Okay, let's CC mark this guy and let's kill the Poopy Bear here. I just want to point out how much damage the shaman has dealt. Yes, he's not always the best. He struggles a little bit with big packs of mobs. But in terms of just pure raw damage, this guy's a beast. Like, holy shit. That is a lot of damage. This guy is like one of these DPS. You think about it, he's the tank, right? It's like, what more do you expect? Even if you were like, hey, he's look, you can even look at it this way. He's a DPS who can off tank better than, let's say, a pet, right? So if you don't need that much DPS, just bring this guy along. He deals a lot of damage. And you can even make him, you can manually set him to cast Wind Fury Totem if you want to play a warrior. And you want the shaman, but you don't want the melee shaman because you don't like how much damage he's dealing. Then there you go. This is what I like about this game. I think the way they designed this game, like way back in the day, I have high respect for people, for developers from back in the day, because they just had, I don't know, like a better gaming sense or just more common sense in general. Because why make another warrior tank, right? What's the point of that? But if you want a guy who's kind of like a mix between tanking and DPSing, and he's like good at DPSing and can do a half decent job at tanking, hey, like, where are you gonna get that one? I don't know. It's just, I still think Shaman is like the #1 DPS out of the tanks. And then there's the Bear and the Paladin, and then there's the Warrior. But again, with the Warrior, same caveats, just because, yeah, his damage multiplier from Sunder Armor is not immediately obvious. Ah, is this guy gonna be ranged? Come on, man. No problem. We can just pull back. What's the big idea?
Hey, help me attack over here.
We can see this guy is just gonna get feared. Oh, he got hibernated, everybody. But again, the same problem, because I marked him after this guy dropped his totem, so it's not his fault, right? What can he do? It's just the totems are kind of annoying, to be honest. You could say I could fix these totems in a sense, like rig them to stop attacking CC targets. Like it exists in the realm of possibilities to do that, but am I gonna do it? I don't know. Maybe not. It's good for the game not to be perfect, I think. There have to be like bad spells, there have to be bad situations. If everything is perfect all the time, right? And no one makes any kind of mistake, there's no room for error, then it's boring. It truly is, because you just know what to expect out of each and every encounter. And maybe to some degree what I'm doing here and min-maxing the logic like this could be construed as being the same thing, and I would agree with you. But from where I'm playing with them to where some people, to how some people will use this, is, I think, a pretty long way as well. And you see that I'm wiping too, so it's not like I'm playing perfectly or anything, objectively speaking. So, and I don't know, I'm sure there are plenty of weird ass situations where the companions fail and things like that, but yeah, as long as they work correctly 95% of the time, is good enough for me, bruh. Let's do a pull here. That's all he needs, just like tap the boss. Just tap the boss and send troops in that order. mage's ruling ignites everyone. Mana pots, cool, cool. This is strange. He's not fairy firing anymore. He did it at the start, but not anymore. Huh. Maybe I'll just make kind of a mental note. It's kind of strange what he... I guess he was trying to heal, but... I don't know. It's kind of healing too much. No, I mean, he's supposed to heal to 100%. I'm just kind of surprised why he didn't fairy fire anymore. I don't remember if I said... Whoa, level 20. See, you should come here at 20. Let's... you know, you can just, like, make them stay. And then when you're done jumping and whatever... shit. Help. I'm lost. You can just calm them, and if they're far... Ooh, but you cannot be in combat. Don't forget about that one. When you're far enough for them, you can calm them. And I would just, yeah, teleport to your location. Remember that you need to be staying. Whoa, whoa, what the? Ah, okay. Okay, that's fine. Alright, regroup. Let's go do the escort Ipupisen. I hope I killed all the things I was supposed to be killing. I dumped and killed dead. I like this dungeon because there's at least a shortcut to the entrance. Some of these dungeons don't have that, and they take a very long time to go through them. And I don't find this particularly troublesome, especially when you learn the layout. It's more troublesome when you're here for the first time and you're like scratching your head. But it creates character. I don't know, it's just the vanilla world is more... I think that the world was spinning slower back in the day, and that was a good thing. I think we're kind of... We're living our lives way too fast now. Back in the day, back in the good old days, you had time to enjoy and appreciate elaborate layouts like that. But nowadays, if you do something like this, everybody's screaming, oh my god, the devs are stupid. Oh my god, the devs, they don't understand that blah, 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 blah. Because the expectations are different, and it's not even that you don't have time to play. Oh, Ace, I don't have time to play. No, no, no. It's not even that, because they still play. But it's just they want to go through all the things faster. Faster. Everything needs to be fast. If it takes more than 5 minutes, it's like, oh my god, it's too slow. And maybe I agree to that to some degree. But I can still appreciate a good old dungeon like this. Right? It's good old times. Let's get the attention of these guys. Oh, yeah, I was going to look into... What mark do we have left? We don't really have... Let's use star, I guess. Let's use star. I'm gonna click the healer. We're gonna look at focus marks as cool. We're gonna put star on it, and if we look at his CC marks, star was removed, right? So that is done automatically. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know why he keeps failing. Wait. I think this guy can actually not be healed. I should have come with the healer to test. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Can I just cast a healing touch? Can't do it, everybody. He's like, I can't do it. So I guess you cannot heal the guy. I don't know. If they can't do it, it's not a companion thing. It's just the game is not considering this target as friendly. Don't ask me. And I think even if you try with your client to heal this guy, it will not let you. You'll just heal yourself if you do it. I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about this, but it also could be intentional, like, hey, you know, whatever. Have some extra difficulty for doing this. Like, obviously you can heal him, but... yeah. Come on, man. Jesus. Back in the days when you used to wait 30 seconds just for the NPC to start casting his poopy sand so you can finally get on with it. Back in the day. Nowadays, we ain't got time for this. It's a shame. Could you have imagined 20 years ago playing with AI companions like this? I imagine how much, I think to some degree playing with people and just feeling frustration. What the No, it crashed. What? No, where the heck? How? I don't know, just weird shit. Like not normal shit, like weird shit. I don't even know what this is. I don't know. Not something I think so that I did. Weird shit, but it crashed everybody. I'm sorry. Big fail. I don't know. I'm not a software engineer, so I can't answer like ultra technical poopy sense. There's some very technical things. Could even be my computer. Maybe my computer is having a brain fart, which, you know, it's extremely hot in here. It's like 35 degrees Celsius. So it's like, it's fucking, yeah. I need to take a shower after doing this. I took a shower before I started the video and I need to take another shower. It's just, the computer is like doing a lot of heat himself and it's like 40 degrees outside, so it's a bad combination. I don't know, can we still do this? I guess not. I guess the dungeon has reset because yeah, we lost the party. Well, it is what it is. I'm not happy about it, but what can I do? Let's mark down how much money I made, knowing that there's a little bit of a caveat because we didn't finish the run, but we have 61 silver. Ragefire Chasm was giving us like 40 silver, so it went up a little bit. Probably could have went up even more, but it, you know, it is fine. At least it failed at the end and not in the middle of the run. At least we didn't have a blackout like yesterday. Also happened in the middle of the run. And I wasn't happy about that one. Okay, whoa, holy scheisse. 4 gold, 52? Come on, man, that's a lot of money. It's like almost 3 gold 90. Like 3 gold 91 by just doing by just selling the items. That is a lot. It's a big ass dungeon. It's a big ass dungeon, but the money is there. What can I tell you? I don't know. It's a lot of money. Cool. We're gonna leave it at that. Thanks for watching. We checked the things that we're supposed to check. They did a good job. I'm gonna look into what am I gonna look into? Maybe don't make the tank chase targets or attack targets who are CC'd. If they are CC marked but not CC'd, definitely get their attention. But if they are CC'd, I'm not sure if maybe the fear doesn't count as breakable CC. Maybe this is why, because fear doesn't count as breakable CC, even though you can break it, but it's kind of a strange situation. It's particularity. I need to check why the healer is going to bear form. I don't know. I'll look into this for next video. We're gonna do dead mines, I believe, at level 18 instead of 20. Someone was saying on Discord, because oh, level 18 is too little. No, we're gonna do it at 18 and we're gonna be fine. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Peace.